So I'll fully admit I don't really know how this happened, but Lucio somehow did not have his golden ring before. I feel like such a large chapter of my life was dedicated to damage Lucio. Granted, we did play him on the PTR, and those levels got reset, but I mean, that would have been like 8 games tops. I feel like I'm missing some time here on this character. But in our attempt to get every gold ring in Heroes of the Storm, Lucio was next on the list, and I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we found ourselves on Braxis Holdout today. The friendly team, Lucio, Tracer, Zarya, Junkrat, and May. We have a full Overwatch team over here, really overachieving. The enemy team, Anduin, Jim Raynor, Blaze, Sergeant Hammer, and Sylvanas. It's been a while since I've played Lucio. He's very close to his golden ring, though, so we're going to give it a go today. Level 1, we're taking smooth moves. While wall ride is active, if we auto attack, we're also going to be healing. And it also increases the duration of any wall ride bonuses that we might have by another second. Lucio has 2 forms for his W ability. One is a healing song, and the other is a speed up song. We're gonna use our healing song quite a lot. Let's push Blaze back here a little bit more as well. Move in front of him for some body blocks, but Anduin has his own thing to say about that. We are gonna need someone to soak the top lane. We are gonna need someone to do that. Top lane is muy importante. Jim Laner for the enemy team getting some tower damage up there right now. We do see Junkrat starting to maneuver that way. Big heal for everyone here, but it's not going to last much longer. Let's get a knockback onto that Sergeant Hammer. So our Q ability is a kind of frontal cone knockback. We're going to keep using that on Sergeant Hammer. Every time they go to siege up, we're going to move them back a little bit. That's our play. Ooh, May jumping really far back there. Are we going to be able to get her out? It looks like yes, indeed, we are. My E ability simply amps up any song that we currently have playing. That song right now is my healing song, and it makes us heal for more. But of course, if I amped up my speed song, everyone in my area of influence around me would be sped up as well. Sergeant Hammer once again sieging. Actually, Sylvanas taking a bunch of damage, almost rooted inside of that May AoE. Let's go ahead and start channeling on the objective. Looks like the friendly team jumping on this right away, which is fantastic. I normally like to roam around a lot on this map. I don't know if that's something I'll be able to do much as Lucio. Let's move through these guys, push them back toward their team, and then turn the healing song back on. We are going to be able to keep Tracer alive, at least for the moment. We also have a trait. If I'm touching a wall, I can push off, and that allows me to move through enemies and also, I believe, slow them as well. So I can do things like this, jump on Sergeant Hammer, and then try to push them into my team. Didn't quite work out there because of Anduin with the life grip, but you know, that's classic Anduin. Classic Anduin. We do see the enemy team's Blaze leaving his backline vulnerable as Tracer jumps in on Sylvanas, doing a bunch of damage. We move in to help out as well with a few well-placed auto attacks and push Blaze off just in time to keep our May alive. You love to see it. You love to see it. Our level 4 quest, enemies hit by the first half of Soundwave's range are knocked back 75% further. If we hit 3 enemies with a single Q, we also gain some benefits as well. So if I use our wall glide to jump in right on top of someone, we can push them back even further with this talent. Oh, that was my 3 right there, but I got knocked back from Hammer, actually messing that up a little bit. Well, we do see May's ice going down on Hammer, forcing them to reposition. Blaze and company trying to move forward. Let's move them back. Sergeant Hammer's doing a great job of defending this situation. Blaze's health very low. We see our May on the front line. Is it ish? No, not going to be enough to get away. Not going to be enough. I even tried to help out with the knockback a little bit there. One thing I could do a little bit better than I have been in this game so far is just moving up and landing auto attacks every now and then. That is a good thing to just, it just pokes away at enemies. It's not like a single auto attack is going to kill them. I could have definitely saved our Tracer there, and I should have been close to a wall. That was my fault as well. As we approach level 7, we're going to be looking forward to reverse amp. Blast Lucio's active crossfade track at enemy heroes. While amp it up is active, it is boosted by 63 damage per second. We're not only going to heal, we're going to damage as well. This is where damage Lucio comes online. And with how close this enemy team has been playing around Sergeant Hammer, we could actually see a large amount of damage being released by this single talent alone. Our damage is at 6,000 right now. Let's check on it in a few minutes and see where we're at. We are going to start the damage right away. Blaze jumping into me. We're going to knock him back. Hopefully, yes, Anduin did not follow up with the root there, so we are totally fine. 7 seconds on our next sippy cup. Let's try to keep our tracer alive as we're rotating around. The enemy team in a much better spot for dealing with this objective if it comes up soon. But so far, so good. No sign of that happening right now, anyway. I'm going to get on the other side of Jim Raynor, try to knock him back for our team, and then amp it up. Keep the healing on our allies as best we can, but holy shit, their health is just not moving. Mei and Zarya are not going to be enough damage to move this enemy team. It is simply not going to happen. I was staying in healing range that entire time, and they were just slowly whittled away. Sergeant Hammer now moving in to siege range. We're going to have to do something about this. We're going to have to get some assistance down here. Blaze not looking so hot. Let's cut him off and knock him back into our building. That final hit is going to be enough, and he dies to that tower shot. Meanwhile, Sergeant Hammer still hovering around, still doing a lot of damage. May trying to dip into the ice cube to stay alive. But Jim Raynor just moving up and continuing to pressure our team as it ends. We are forced once again to fall back. Jim Raynor in tower range, though. Maybe we could have done a little something about that. I'm going to boost up towards... Every time I get in range of Sergeant Hammer, she just gets pulled away to safety. Every single... Let me do my thing, Anduin. That's the one thing my class does. All right, we do have a pretty good heal set up here for our Tracer, but Jim Raynor does have some great single target damage. Blaze is moving up. We're going to move him a little more out of position so he can't peel for his Sergeant Hammer as well, and it looks like we managed to push them off. Meanwhile, in the top lane, Junkrat is forced to retreat. Both teams pretty even on XP. It's a lot easier on a 2-lane map to match XP. Let me get an amp it up for our Tracer. Please come back. Thank you. Now, I am debating what level 10 talent I want. Do we just want to slap people for heals, or do we want to do a sound barrier and try to mitigate a lot of damage? I'm kind of in the mitigation phase, because our team does have a lot of sustain. If they can make it work, it could be really good. But if we use it in situations like that where not a lot's really going on, it's not going to get as much value. I don't know. Maybe I made the wrong choice here. Maybe I read this situation wrong. We do see Blaze jumping forward. Mei in the top lane is still holding on to that top objective. Couldn't do anything for that Tracer, simply too far away. Let me try to speed boost our Zarya out of here. Stop that charge. It's just moving forward, but unfortunately, it was not good enough. Now, with Sergeant Hammer getting into position, we're in a lot of trouble. Yes, indeed we are, as they move up and take me down. We are kind of allowing Sergeant Hammer to just influence a little too much of his area. We got to pressure him. Every time they siege up, got to move in and do something about it. We definitely need 4 people down in the bottom lane. Many of the enemy team are missing right now. Looks like Blaze is rotating up. There was a mic. Whoa, that was close. There was a mind control used in the top lane, almost catching our Junkrat. Zarya with a great ultimate, stopping these two from moving forward, but no damage follow-up anywhere in sight. Let's start to change that. Let's move in with some damage of our own. I'm just gonna auto-attack this fucking priest. Get back over here. Get back over here. You can't leave. Blaze is moving in to help out his buddy. Let's go ahead and bro shield here. Keep everybody alive. Good damage on Anduin. He's not leaving me. He's not leaving me. Damn it! Where is my damage? There it is. Speed boost. Try to keep up with the enemy team. Sylvanas here. Mind controlled me into an auto attack. That's beautiful. knocking Blaze back. We messed up his charge a little bit, I think. I'm going to take credit for it either way. He goes into the bunker to try to withstand a little bit of this regression, but it's not going to do him any good. We boop him back into our team and then just stay in front of him, preventing him from being able to dash forward. Right as that happens, the friendly team does grab that top objective as well, meaning we are in possession of a lot of Zerglings here in just a moment. Beautiful. Those Zerglings are going to be pushing the top lane, but we can deal with bottom lane no problem. We're going to gain armor and movement speed while wall riding. This is actually super duper strong. I like it more on maps where I'm roaming around a little bit more. Something like Towers of Doom or Blackheart's Bay. But the longer you stick to a wall, the easier your life is. You simply just gain so many benefits for doing it. And because of our level 1 talent, we actually keep those bonuses for a little bit longer as well. So while wall ride is active, passing near an enemy hero increases its movement speed by 40%, and you gain 15 armor for 1 second as well. Enemy team dealt with that top Zerg lane rush, no problem. But that just means we can move in here and take down this building for free. At least that's the hope. Sylvana's starting to show. I'm going to bro shield. Oh, I don't like where I'm positioned. I'm going to have to go this way. See ya. Jimmy is in range. Mind control does miss. We have 3 seconds before we can amp it up again and keep these guys alive. There's a knockback there to try to help out. Jimmy is kind of focusing me on the back line here, so let's start to focus him back. I do need to stay next to a wall at all times if I can. We do see Blaze getting in the bunker. We're going to knock Anduin back so he can't do the same. And Blaze with a huge charge is going to stun 4 members of the friendly team, but it's not enough to save his life. Okay, let's take this for free. Let's take ours for free. There's no reason we can't apply a lot of pressure to this enemy team, even if we don't have a lot of damage. I guess I'll just hit the same one as Tracer. Okay. 62,000 healing so far. Already more than my last game on Lily, and we're only 10 minutes into this one. This has been kind of a bloodbath so far. I suppose it's probably because of the fact that we're on a 2-lane map and enemies are just a little more grouped up, and our team's just a little more grouped up than what they would normally be. All right, as we take down this mercenary camp, it's going to add a lot of pressure to the top lane here. Let's move up and help out that mercenary camp as it moves in. So during that objective, the enemy team ended up losing 2 buildings with absolutely no response. That is a huge turnaround for our friendly team. Very happy to see that. We also see the death ball for the enemy. They're starting to panic. They're starting to death ball. They are not soaking, so we need to make sure that we are, and that is how we win this game. At level 16, I really do like, I don't know how to say it, this one, but up the frequency, hitting enemy heroes with basic attacks reduces the cooldown of amp it up. That's how we deal some damage, bro. If we could just get in and tickle enemies with our auto attacks. If we're on a wall, we're also going to be healing. We're applying so many stacking buffs from our talents at the same time. It's actually pretty fun. Let's just go ahead and start it off with a good amp it up. If the team looks like they want to move in, we'll let them. We're going to bro shield pretty early here to mitigate the damage from that Hyperion ultimate. We can already amp it up again, though. The friendly team moving in quite nicely. Hey, did that do my quest? I only booped there to try to finish my quest. I think I ruined the ultimate. You hate to see it. You hate to see it. Blaze pretty low on HP right now. We can finish off all of these guys! Is that a damage, Lucio? Oh, it's so stupid. All right, and while this is going on, we're going to speed boost ourselves down to the bottom lane and start to clear this out as well. Oh, play damage Lucio again. It's making me pretty happy, dude. It's making me pretty happy. We'll see how we do versus the hammer. Bad. A little while before I can get to a sippy cup as bottom lane is killed. Our objective is going to be pushing bottom lane, and we know the enemy team is likely moving here. There were some pings going down for boss. But I missed the train on that one, unfortunately. We should definitely be pushing with ours. Ping for some assistance. Make sure Junkrat comes down here too. And, well, yeah, that's probably fine. We might lose that building, but... All right, we see Sergeant Hammer out of the base right now. If I was a little bit faster, I would have moved in on that right away. Dismounting the enemy team Sylvanas here as well. Let's go ahead and bro shield, try to keep everyone alive right now. There was a lot happening. Junkrat firing over the wall, trying to get a kill on Sergeant Hammer. Deals a ton of damage because Hammer just left the healing aura of Anduin. God, I would have been so pissed at him if he was on my team. I would have been so mad. We have another amp it up here, but I'm going to have to back up. Unfortunately, my little jump off the wall, my push off didn't carry me in time. The damage from the objective is more than enough to take this building down. We see Blaze get rooted as he was trying to escape and then fully commit to that conflict. Jim Raynor on the back line does get a kill onto our May, but another with the help of the Zergling take down Sylvanas as she pushes forward. All right, not bad. All of that. While all that was happening, we did manage to lose a building up here, but it's only tier 1 defense. That's what they're there for. They're there for you to lose them. We're getting pretty close to level 20 now. I think we'll go for House Party. For each ally affected by crossfade, Lucio gains 8% healing. Again, we're on a 2-lane map. We're grouping up a lot. That's going to be a lot of extra healing. So far, we're still staying ahead of Anduin. God bless him. He is trying. Just a few thousand, like 6,000 ahead of him right now. Not too bad at all. Everyone on the enemy team is missing, so they are likely getting mercenary camps right now. Let's move up. Just make sure everything's chilling here. Everybody good. Everybody good. We're gonna scout boss. Oh, should have scouted sooner. That's totally fine. They took that at a time where there's no pressure on the map anywhere else. So we're gonna be able to very calmly and collectively move over and take down that boss before it does too much damage. We even have the benefit of being able to take this mercenary camp first because they actually didn't even walk up to pressure that at all. While it may feel good to take boss, I don't know. Maybe I'm not giving it enough credit. I don't think this one's going to be very valuable for them. Let's start off with a pretty early crossfade. Make sure everyone is at full health before the aggression really begins. We also have Bro Shield ready to go for that very thing as well. As Sergeant Hammer starts to get into position, we should start to get a little worried. Anduin route going forward, but didn't connect with anyone. I'm mind controlled. I'm going to Bro Shield out off of this right away. Bro Shield unfortunately missing a lot of the friendly team. Let's just go ahead and move in with some more knockbacks there. I'm going to try to keep damage on the boss. Yes, indeed, it only got the wall down. Now a speed boost for our allies as I move in, and then we can back that up to be healing again. So one of my E's was almost half of Tracer's health bar. That's interesting. We're going to boost to the other side and try to push Blaze back into my team. He bunkered before that could happen, but we were still on the proper side and able to take him down. The mercenary camps we took over did go to core. Sergeant Hammer dealt with that aggression, no problem. If we could kind of get top lane moved up quite a ways, we could add a lot of pressure to these guys and maybe force them into their base instead of going for that bottom objective. That being said, we do see Jim Raynor fighting our May right now. We're pretty close. Here's a movement speed buff for our Tracer. If she wants to go in off of that, she certainly can. We're also going to kick... Oh, that's not what I wanted. I wanted to kick Sergeant Hammer off to the side. Didn't quite work out that way, though. Big heals going on during the ult of Anduin, but not big enough as we lose our May. Oh, that's right as the objective is happening, too. I did have Bro Shield. I guess I should have done it. Here's one for our Tracer right now, keeping her alive. That was actually huge. Let's make sure she stays in range and we can keep her healthy. Rebel Boy now taking a lot of damage from Sylvanas, but Sylvanas doesn't have an ult to heal her anymore, using our Q on Anduin to interrupt his protected by the way. Huge Zerg push in the top lane. That was almost 100% for the friendly team. We do have a little Zerg wave in the bottom that we might need to be worried about, but 3 members of the enemy team are currently deceased, and Lucio is riding the core. That's always a scary sign. Mind control did go off, but we managed to dodge it. Let's knock back Jimmy here. I'm trying to keep our Tracer alive. That Hyperion's going to make it a lot more difficult to do that. The Zerg wave is starting to join us finally up here. I don't think I win this. No. Will the Zerg wave be enough to take this objective down? Junkrat still in the area. He's just hit it. Just hit it. Just hit the core. Just hit the core. Okay, perfect. Perfect. Not my best Lucio game that I've ever had, but considering the last time I played him was on the A through Z, I feel pretty alright. I feel pretty alright with that. Pretty alright. Zarya picking up the MVP for the friendly team today. 35% of team damage healed. Beautiful. I hate how it shows you how much you could go if you had the boost. Wait a minute, I do still have currency. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Fuck yes. It's just sitting here anyway. Might as well use it up. Might as well use it up. It's not doing anything for me now. Talents we went for. Oh god. Talents we went for in the game were smooth moves into subwoofer, reverse amp. I went for sound barrier instead of high five. Slip up the frequency and house party at level 20.